Hey guys, I am in as much as I've been trying to play like I'm excited. I'm really not excited. I'm a very happy person. You all know whenever I am here, I am always smiling and giggling, right? I ran into something that is happening on social media recently and it keeps me wondering, why is it that whenever your boyfriend, your husband, your fiance, hurts you, you don't see reasons to go to get out of that space. I mean, what is with that? What actually is with it? You got me wondering these past days. Why is it that repeated patterns, someone keep hurting you and you are still stuck in that relationship? You are still stuck in that friendship, right? It might not just be a relationship. It could be a female friendship, guy to guy friendship. It could equally be, anything at all. Once it requires you relating to fellow human, right? You see someone that who keeps hurting you and apologizing and hurting you and apologizing, and you are still there. You see, now this thing that kept me wondering made me go to, find out what it is in it. Like, what is that thing that is in it? I got to understand that it is Stockholm Syndrome, right? Let me try to calm down and talk as if everything is well, even though nothing is well. I am so pissed. I am so pissed. I'm going to drop the link to the piece I read, right? That piece that is making me feel very agitated right now. I'm going to drop the link in the comment section on all social media platforms, including YouTube. Okay, so let's water down what Stockholm Syndrome is. Now, I got to understand that Stockholm Syndrome actually started in a robbery that happened in Sweden, 1973, where the victims. You see, you were in a bank, you came to do your daily bank activity, and then your captors, that is the thieves, right? Now you start feeling pity for them, you start feeling empathy for them. Do you understand the scenario? Now, in a very long run, therapists, psychological therapists specifically, got to understand that it is Stockholm syndrome, a situation where you start feeling empathy, pity. You tend to see reasons why an abuser is abusing you, why someone that is harming you is still harming you, and you are still there. Why? Because you feel that empathy. It is actually Stockholm syndrome, right? Now, it is not even about the pain at all. To an extent, it is about the emotional, the psychological aspects attached to it, your emotions, your whole well-being is in it. Now you don't see reasons to leave. Why? Because you are just there hoping, oh, after the robbery they will go. Or no, I think they're hurting me because they don't know what they are doing. They know what they are doing. Of course, they do know what they are doing. Now let's look at this manipulation. I will call it manipulation because I don't see any reason why you make me feel like you change, and I am just there in my mind, facing my trauma by myself, hoping that you change. Now let's relate this to relationships, right? I want to like water it down to relationships so we don't just keep going around circles, right? And to also make this video as short as possible. I know so many of us are in this situation, but we don't even know. So making this video very short will make us understand better what Stockholm syndrome is, especially when I lay down the signs, the clear patterns. You will see, you will notice, and know that you're actually in this thing Elojo came to talk about or is talking about today, right? Now, in a relationship where your man or your woman, because it could come from any gender, right? Now they do something, they apologize. You agree to the apology, you forgive. Tomorrow they beat you again or they break pot on your head. You are like, no, I think he doesn't know or she doesn't know when she does that. Tomorrow again, this girl is going to slap you. And you are there, no, she's going to change. I'm going to keep talking to her till she changes, right? No, I think she's suffering from something, that happened in her past. She's definitely going to change. You see that hope, that you have. Now, that is the beginning of the problem. That is that hope. That is the building block of trauma. Yes, the trauma you're going to face or you're already facing. That hope, that thing that is making you feel the person will change or they don't know what they are doing. It's going to pass, and we're going to start living happily ever after. Now, that is the building block of that psychological stress, that's emotional, drop down. That is how it builds, right? Now, I know you might want to argue this, but let's look at it from the aspect of the link I'm going to drop in the comment section, right? Now, to some extent, some of us might find out that, I think I'm suffering from Stockholm Syndrome, right? And to an extent, some of us might not even agree. Now, you might not agree or want to leave that situation even after finding out that this person is manipulating me, right? Because of what society would say. I have a strong belief that it is not ultimately because of fear. Yeah, fear might be one of it. It could be fear of, oh, if I leave this place, if I leave him, if I leave her, can I be able to survive? Can I be able to still be on my feet? Will my business be flowing? Will I still be famous? Will I still be sought after in the world? Right? It is fear. I understand it. But I don't want it to look like because there is fear there, you can't do it. Because there is fear there, there is nothing that can be changed, right? I know someone who always tells me that everything, so far say you did this world, say it gets solution, right? This one, I'm going to agree to. Okay? Now, we on the social media part of Nigeria, whenever we see a girl leave a relationship, especially a relationship that was announced to us, the online in-laws, we tend to start saying, oh, is it because of this small thing the girl did, that's why he left her, or because the girl used to slap him, that's why he left her. And we tend to judge immediately. We tend to say things like, so she wants to throw all this Lamborghini because of this small thing, or he wants to throw all this, the trips and everything because of this thing. Doesn't he know that she was the one that made him? We, the online in-laws, we actually add to the pressure that comes with should I leave or not, the victims of Stockholm Syndrome face, right? Because whether we want to accept it or not, they tend to look at the traumatic aspects, the pressure aspects, and the fear of being judged by us, right? Let's not even go down the cultural and societal effects, the effect it has on these victims, right? I don't even go down there because really nobody else will understand what it is you're going through. Even you going through it, might not even agree you're going through. That's how funny it is. But in the honesty of all the honesty, someone on the outside will see you and know that this is actually a pattern. This has come to grow to a pattern. This has come to, matured enough for you to live, before it becomes a serious case of Stockholm Syndrome, right? Now, if you find yourself in a situation or relationship or environment where a particular person keeps hurting you, it's just like living with your house girl and she keeps breaking plates every time she tries to, wash the plates. She keeps breaking countless of times over the past months you've been staying with her. That is how it is. And every time she breaks, she says sorry. And there is nothing backing up the sorry for, growth or for betterment, right? And you are just there taking the sorry, I'm sorry, apologies upon apologies. But then these patterns continue. But then this harm, that thing that the person is doing, that is causing you hurt, that is making you cry, that is causing you pain, is just there, repeating it. It looks as if the person is enjoying it, right? That is one pattern you see. That is one sign you see, and you know that this person is trying to like manipulate you and cage you, right? Now, the person trying to limit the kind of friends, the kind of people you relate with, the kind of places you go to, the kind of things you can do. They tend to an extent dictate what you are able to do, the things you are able to say, right? They also tend to like always make it look like we are the reason why they are doing what they are doing. I mean, and you know the one that is even more painful to me, they tend to cage you. They tend to remind you that, do you know if you leave this marriage, you can't be anything. You will not want more than a pin, like a floss, teeth floss, and dental floss. Like they make you understand that if you walk out of this workplace, you are done. Nobody is going to employ you, right? That is, they make you understand that is, they make you believe over time. That is them building it up. These are the signs you see, these four signs. Like emphasis on, they repeatedly make you understand that once you leave that environment, once you leave that relationship, once you leave that workplace, you are done. Like you can't do anything. This simply means you should see them as demigods. This simply means they want you to know that they are the reason why you are standing where you are standing. They are the reason why you can fly. They are the reason why you can move. They are the reason why you have a voice. They are the reasons why we, the online in-laws, love you. That is one clear sign, the most serious. If I find myself in that situation and I see this sign, when you get my two slippers, Japa, I can't be in that kind of situation. I cannot be, because really it is manipulation, all round manipulation. Okay, to an extent, I believe that we on the outside, have a very big role to play, more than just judging. I mean, it's something so serious that whenever we see someone, or however we see someone in this kind of manipulative situation, going through trauma, it is best we go talk to the person, right? Now, so for some of us that can be able to pinpoint using these clear signs, right? It is best for you to talk, right? Talk to somebody, right? Believe me, do you know, even you finding out that this person is manipulating me, I don't want to get stuck in this place. Be I don't want to experience the Stockholm Syndrome. Like, do you understand? That is like a very huge step to healing. I mean, how else do you say, okay, this is jollof rice? How else do you know this is jollof rice? Because I have talked about it over time. I've explained how jollof rice tastes, and you get to understand how it tastes. Now, when you put it in your mouth and it goes down to your taste buds, you know this is jollof rice based off of how I described it. Now, you see, that is you being, knowledgeable, right? So you being able to understand and pinpoint that this is actually Stockholm Syndrome building up slowly. It is a step to healing. Now, when you find this out, the next thing is to talk to someone. It could be a therapist if you can afford one, your pastor, your clergyman, a closest friend, closest ally, closest family member, anybody you can really talk to, and the person will understand what aspect, what it is you are going through, and of course, give you a positive solution or advice to an extent. Right now, the third thing to do is to isolate yourself, bring yourself together, pour your spirit, your soul, and your body together. You know, try to find out how to improve. Try to find out within you, if you're able to already pinpoint, okay, this is what is building up, you talk to somebody. There is no way you will talk to somebody that even one thing that comes out from the person's mouth, like one must be important. Use it to call yourself together, right? Try to see reasons why if you leave, it's going to be okay. Try to see reasons beyond the fear or the judgment that is going to come from outside, because definitely you are going to be judged. Or try to see reasons. I know someone that said she can't leave a marriage because she doesn't know what will come of or what will become of her and her family, being that she's the reason why her family are in a very good position, right? Now try to see yourself beyond that. Try to start building. See, I always say this, once you are even married, because that is like the last, if it is a relay race, right? That is the last line, okay? Once you're in a marriage and you see yourself very opportune to marry someone that is well to do in the society, don't just stay there. Don't just sit and keep flying around that. The best thing to do is to keep doing what you are doing. In fact, invest in that thing you are good at. Be good at it. Announce yourself. Let the man announce you. Let your friends announce you. Let your family members announce you. Keep building yourself so that whenever this manipulation starts, you subtract yourself and still be standing on your feet. Okay? So please, if you know anybody that's going through this manipulation, this trauma that you suspect is Stockholm Syndrome, please draw the person closer. Talk to them. Alternatively, share them this video. It could help someone. I could even be helping you. Please help someone out there. From Boa Community Voice, I am Olojo Precious. Alright? Make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel because we have amazing, amazing stuff to talk about here. Alright? Until we meet some other time, I love you guys. Stay motivated, okay? Bye.